I remember that team. Because in 10th grade, a lot of the kids are still developing and they can see potential and things like that. But I couldn't afford to get that professional training. There was another after varsity, my junior year, another team, Rush Academy. I don't know if you heard of them. Well, yeah. So I went to the open trial, and then the coach said, "Hey, we want you to come back, but it was like two 18, 250 a month. It was in the Woodlands, so it was like the richer area of Houston. My dad was with me at the time, hearing the coach say that. Well, okay, we'll see. And we walked back. I was like, man, that's expensive. My dad's like, yeah, it is. I mean, like, he didn't even have to tell me, but I was like, I'm like, I mean, I'm just happy that I know I was able to like be accepted here.
with those players with with top level talent. But so did you and your dad ever? I mean, were you ever curious as a player as to why it costs that much? Like, I'm really curious for your thoughts on this whole pay to play model the US has, because in my opinion, it's the one thing that holds us back when you think about how we develop our youth and you compare it to other countries around the world. Those financial obstacles just don't exist anywhere else. It's only here. So you experienced it firsthand and it literally prevented you from improving your game. I mean, do you ever wonder like how your game could have improved if that wasn't in place?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Like during the summer when I'm just passing with the wall, those guys are going back and training full on with the whole team. Right? They're doing it for 3 months, or even before soccer season starts, they're training with those teams. So they're getting better. They're getting better. They're getting better. And those coaches, some of them play professional. So they have connections. Whenever I'm graduating, I have zero connections. My high school coach only played community college as a goalkeeper, right? So his connection base is very limited. Those guys play professional, so they know everybody everywhere. Um, but I thought about it back then. I didn't think about it because I just thought it was the reality of things. I didn't know people in Europe didn't pay to play on these teams. You just grow up in America. America's funded, built around money. If you don't have money, they don't care about you. So, I mean, now today, I kind of I know coaches need to get paid, right? So I know that pay to play model will never fully go away, but I would like to see teams take an initiative and be like, hey, for this season, we're gonna, get 30 players or 25 players, whatever the number is, but we will have 5 additional spots to to or whatever roster they have, but for them to have 5 additional spots that includes players that have never been part of any of the other academies before. That and they don't have to pay, right? So it's more like a hey, we're gonna invite you five. You guys get to play with us for this season, but if you can't pay next season, but thank you for coming. At least give other kids an opportunity to be a part of the program. Because I know it's probably not fair that hey, I'm paying $200 a month, that kid is not paying anything. But when you know that hey, he's just a trial guy, right? If you base it around that strategy, kids are less likely. It's gonna be harder on them because hey, you're a trial. But I promise you, out of that five, if that one ends up being better than everybody, they're gonna keep him on for free. But no, yeah, nobody's giving those chances anymore. At least here in the states, um, it could have. There's a lot. I met great players, right? There's some players that I made in my community college. I'm like, why aren't you pro? And he's like, man, I didn't have money. And like I never understood the I didn't have money part until I'm here, right? I got to a point where I'm like, wow, he wasn't lying. So he's like, I'm just happy that my wife loves me and we're gonna have a baby. So I think I'm good with soccer. But when he plays, he's cutting everybody up. Everybody is like, yeah, he's the best guy we've ever met. He's the best guy. He's the best guy. It's just, you know.